Everglades. My question, Mr. Secretary, is last January at the Everglades Coalition Conference, you gave a brilliant and informative speech about the Everglades Headwaters National Wildlife Refuge, which you referred to earlier in your comments. Last Friday, Secretary of Agriculture Tom Vilsack was in Orlando talking about $80 million that President Obama has released to the Department of Agriculture for purchase of ranchers' lands in the area you talked about between Orlando and Lake Okeechobee. So my question is, how does the Department of Interior and the Department of Agriculture coordinate the purchases in that area?
Stephen, first of all, give him a round of applause for being the leader of the Friends of the Watahausa Refuge. I always say this wherever I travel around the country, that the strength of our refuges, our national parks, our national landscape conservation areas, frankly, depend so much on the local community being involved. And so thank you for your leadership, and thank you all for being a part of that. And your question concerning Secretary Vilsack, we work so closely together, and it's under the umbrella of the America's Great Outdoors, where we have prioritized the Everglades as one of the projects that we are working on. And so I was not able to come with Secretary Vilsack last week because I was working on another conservation project in New Mexico. But we work seamlessly together, not only on the Everglades, but the longleaf pine, the crown of the continent, the Dakota grasslands, the Flint Hills of Kansas, and so many other areas. So the essence of what we do here in this organization, as a chairman of the Everglades Restoration Task Force, is we have all of the whole of government sitting around the table, and we're making sure that we're coordinating our efforts. For sure, I don't have the legal responsibility for water quality. That's my colleague, Administrator Lisa Jackson. But we know that we can't accomplish Everglades restoration unless EPA is doing its job, and that's what Gail was speaking to. They're doing their job. In the Everglades Headwaters National Conservation Area, we will do that through a combination of Land and Water Conservation Fund monies and other tools that I have in the arsenal at the Department of Interior. But probably the largest funding stream that we have for conservation easements on agricultural lands come through the United States Department of Agriculture. And so the $80 million investment, which Secretary Vilsack announced, which the President directed that he invest into the National Headwaters Conservation Area, is making that a reality. What I do as Secretary of Interior is I have the authority to draw the boundaries. So I drew the boundaries for the National Conservation Area for the Everglades Headwaters, but now we have to fill it in with donations that are made, or lands that we purchase, or easements that we purchase. And so the $80 million contribution from USDA is a big shot in the big shot in the arm. So we have a long ways still to go, but we are going to get it done. I will say this, I will invite all of you. I will be at Pelican Island probably sometime in December. And there we will be putting some planks down on the newest wildlife refuges and national conservation areas in America. And one of the planks that I will be the most proud to install myself with all of you into the hallway of conservation, the walkway of conservation, right there at Pelican Island, will be the one that we install for the Everglades National Conservation Area. So thanks a lot, Stephen.